Hello, I am back. I've read from the book of Revelation in over a week. This is my Bible reading, and it's been too long. I've been, yes, busy, but never too busy to read is what we want to remember. So we're back at it, and where I left off was in the middle of a chapter. The video cut off, and so I needed to finish that chapter 14 of Revelation. And we were on I was just listening, we were on verse 11. Okay, in the middle of that verse. And the smoke, I think I should go back to just kind of filling in who's being referred to, because it starts, and the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. So let's find out who that's referring to. I'm going to go back to verse 9. A third angel followed them and said in a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and its image and receives its mark on their forehead or on their hand, they too will drink the wine of God's fury, which has been poured full strength into the cup of his wrath. They will be tormented with burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment will rise forever and ever. There will be no rest, day or night, for those who worship the beast and its image, or for anyone who receives the mark of its name." This calls for patient endurance on the part of the people of God who keep his commands and remain faithful to Jesus. Then I heard a voice from heaven say, "Write this: Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." "Yes," says the Spirit, "they will rest from their labor, for their deeds will follow them." I looked, and there before me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was like a son of man, with a crown of gold on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then another angel came out of the temple and called in a loud voice to him who was sitting on the cloud, "Take your sickle and reap, because the time to reap has come, for the harvest of the earth is ripe." So he who was seated on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was harvested. Another angel came out of the temple in heaven, and he too had a sharp sickle. Still another angel, who had charge of the fire, came from the altar and called in a loud voice to him who had the sharp sickle, "Take your sharp sickle and gather the cluster of grapes from the earth's vine, because its grapes are ripe." The angel swung his sickle on the earth, gathered its grapes, and threw them into the great winepress of God's wrath. They were trampled in the winepress outside the city, and blood flowed out of the press, rising as high as the horses' bridles for a distance of 1,600 stadia. And that is the end of chapter 14, and there is a reference at the end of that verse, which is just giving a better idea of how far and wide that was. That is about 180 miles, or about 300 kilometers, and as high as the horses' bridles, which I guess would maybe be in their mouths. That's just my how I'm visualizing that. So wow, I mean, that's a heavy chapter. We'll finish there, and Again, any discussion is welcome. I hope that others are at least getting to just join me in reading along, because from the beginning of the prophecy it says, "Blessed are they who read it aloud," and that is why I'm doing this. And blessed are those who hear it and take it to heart, and that is also why I'm doing this. Okay, thank you.